Welcome in, everybody. It is the kickoff of the 24-25 season. I'm excited. I've been waiting for football for months, and now we are on. It's Christmas Eve if you're a football fan. It's just flat out that good. It's that time of year. Tomorrow night's the first game of the season, and man, do we start this puppy off running and jumping. You got the Ravens and the Chiefs. That's the way to start a party. Friday night, we got a game. We're going to talk about that with the boys tonight. I got a great crew in here, as you know. Our broadcasting team is fantastic, featuring the likes of Gene Fitzmagic, featuring the likes of Justin Sanudo, Movie Mania Nick, Dave of Brandy and Dave, Take Flight, James Woody, killing it for it, Ken Sconson, all the guys are here. But tonight, in-house, I've got some good friends joining us. Myers and the Mouse is in my house. Going to hang out and talk a little bit. It'll be interesting, Kelly and I talking about the opening game. He really wants to wear purple. I really believe that. We'll find out about tonight if he's wearing purple or not. Sean is here. His adventures on his channel are fantastic. He's going to be going out to the park in just a couple weeks for all of our Disney friends right here. Might be time to check him out and give him a follow and keep up with everything going on down there. Love that. Adventures by Carney are here. Carney is in the house with us. You know it's jumping when you get Pete Carney in the house with you hanging out. I'm excited. He just hit 10,000 followers on his channel. Come on. 10,000 people can't be wrong. Carney's in the house with us. We're going to hear, I guarantee you, he's going to have something to say about that Monday night game at the end of the week. JSA Creations, Joey's here. He cut off his sleeves. He shaved his arms. He buttered them up with real butter. He didn't even use margarine this time. He covered himself in real butter. His arms are that big. He's ready to go, and he's going to be talking about his Niners. I'm excited. My name is Pete. This is the show. We've got an incredible team of creators that support us and come on here every week, and I hope you come in and hang with us over the next couple weeks. Let's jump in and see the boys. Gentlemen, I use that term very lightly, starting out the season. Welcome in. Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Kelly, hello, sir.
Hi.
Oh, God. Yes, we all know you're Super Bowl champions. We don't. I don't need to see your chest all in my face. I get it. Super Bowl champions. I'm excited about this show, Kelly. I started this several years ago, and to me, it's one of the nicest gifts that God gave me is that we've been able to keep this thing running and having some fun. I'm glad you're here. I'm worried. I'm sure there's going to be a wager in this opening day. We'll get to that on week one when we get to it on the first game. Carney, 10,000 followers on your channel.
Let's go. I made a mistake. I thought it was a different kind of football show, so I was rocking the Wrexham gear. It's time.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Oh,
God.
He brought the jet jacket back out.
It's time. J-E-T-S, baby.
Jets.
Let's get it on.
I love it.
Come on, more than 4 plays. Come on,
more than 4 plays. Oh, my God. I love it. I don't know. Kelly froze on me. Looks like Kelly froze. Hopefully he'll come back in here. For everybody that's in here, Myers and the Mouse is like 12 subscribers away from 13,000. 12 people away from 13K. So if somebody could be ready to drop Myers' link in there, drop Carney's link in there, moderators, and I'd really appreciate it as we go through. Sean, how you doing tonight? Adventures? Yeah. Oh, Kelly's back. Go ahead, Kelly.
No, I was just going to say, actually, came home this afternoon and we hit 13,000. So thank you guys very much. Appreciate everybody.
Nice.
It's always that it's special. It's special to know that people want to come watch you and see you in the parks. So
I love it. Two gentlemen and their channels, incredibly successful, hitting milestones just recently. I love it. Make sure you're following, guys. We appreciate it. Sean, how's things going with you?
we're doing good. We're getting ready, like you said, to go back down into September. It's going to be the most adult stream we've ever done on my channel. So it is going to be not safe for work. It's going to be a lot of alcohol and a lot of food, but we're excited. And I'm getting my tissues ready for this year's Patriots season. So that's about where we're at.
Carney's happy to hear that.
Carney's all happy.
I love it. And Mr. D, Joey's in the house. New dad. He's taking his young baby on Splash Mountain / Tiana. Yeah, he doesn't care. He said the baby's gonna be. Baby's already got arms bigger than I do. So what's up, brother? How are you?
Okay, first of all, before everybody starts freaking out on stream thinking I'm like abusing this little 2-month-old, I want to clarify. It was Haunted Mansion, and it was Pirates. Pirates has a little drop. I would not take him on Tiana side. That's cool. All right. Second, congrats to Carney. I know how much he works. Very entertaining guy. Deserves making it to 10,000 like that. And obviously, Kelly, you just keep doing what you're doing. Really happy to see you growing. So that's great. And, truth be told, unfortunately, we're going to have to deal with Kelly all season, puffing his chest out because they earned it until to be the best, you got to beat them. And unfortunately, This is coming from a Niner fan. So we're going to have to do it. But super excited to be here. This is like my favorite time of year.
I love it. Yeah. I don't want Kelly puffing his chest out too much because Carney, his Jets are used to getting hurt. He might hurt somebody just in the next box. So
I'm going to be doubling up my blood pressure medication. I feel like
I love it. I love this show and I'm excited. So let me say hello to chat real quick. Flavio Vasquez, hello, welcome in. Carney's in here. Mr. Thibodeau, Jason's in here. Good to see you, buddy. Joey's in here with us. Thank you, Joey. Urban Adventures, all my friends are in the chat as well. Mark Mueller, hello, Mark. Welcome in. He's AFC Ravens, NFC Commanders. Nice. Road Warrior, how you doing, Warrior? Good to see you. Nathan's in here. He's a Bears fan. UK Jackie's in here, and she's a 49ers fan. Hello, UK Jackie. Thank you for supporting Kelly and so many others, Jackie. We appreciate that. KK's in here. I know she's a Seahawks fan. Eddie Cadillo. What's up, Eddie? Good to see you, buddy. JC Skipper Brian, he's moderating and helping me out from home in his own little way. Love him. Bobby, hello. Good to see you. Stacy D. Tigger fan is in here, and Francisco. So many friends in the chat already. Let's get things rolling. Week 1, we start this season off with fire. Right there. Let me bring a comment in. There we go. So, let me bring that size down just a little bit. We don't need that comment that big. So the Ravens are going on the road to play in one of the toughest places in all of football, in my mind. Arrowhead Stadium is just loud. The fans are intense. I wish they did the same thing for baseball, but they don't for some reason. I don't know why. Let's see if that worked to take it down there. Trying to take that thing down. It's just an incredibly tough place to play. Why did they get all question marks? That was interesting. Boy. Bill Doherty's in the house. Why the heck did that happen? Can I not use all right, we'll figure that out in just a second. All right, Ravens on the road. Kansas City's -3. Pretty much it's I guess, kind of close to a push. Everybody's -3 at home. Over-under totals are sitting at 46. I'm going to let Kelly go last. Sean, how about talking to me about what you're thinking there?
So this game, it's interesting, AFC championship matchup. I would say I think when the Ravens went into that game, their offense was obviously hobbled, but even with that said, they had one of the best rushing offenses in all the NFL last year. The Chiefs have made some moves. They've lost a couple of pieces, but I think the Chiefs made some really good additions to make up for that in the offseason. To be honest with you, I think the Chiefs' dark horse is going to be Xavier Worthy. I think you need to give him a few weeks, but he's the guy they picked up to replace Tyreek Hill, their speedster that they lost.
Right.
As much as I would love to pick Baltimore, because I think they're going to be one of the better teams, I think for now you got to go with the Chiefs.
Go with the Chiefs.
Proven otherwise.
Okay. Got you there. So let me pull up your notation. That's the top. You want the bottom. Where is that?
Always at the bottom.
Wait,
nobody puts baby
in
the
the top or bottom?
Yeah, it's just that way I know who picked what, so we go back and review it later.
I'm
not falling into your height there, Cardi. Welcome into Gregory's. Thank you for joining tonight. Also saw Jacob Farnsworth come in. Appreciate you being here tonight as well, and Candy Mom joining us here. Joey, how about up? What do you got? Ravens +3 on the road, -3 at home for a Chief.
Yeah, like Sean said, you're talking championship game rematch. Obviously, it's a new season though. I know the Chiefs offensively have retooled a bit, so they obviously do have a deep threat now, and I know the rookie receivers sometimes take a little bit to get going, but not all teams have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid calling plays, so I know they're going to put him in position to probably get him in some space. Mm-hmm. So 3 points, and even as good as the Ravens are probably going to be, at least in game 1, the first game of the season, at home, I got to go with the Chiefs. It just, with 3 points, it's not much, but it could end up being a really tight game, but I still think they'll win.
Okay, Joey's on the Chiefs. I'm going to let Carney go next. I'm making Kelly wait just because he stole another Super Bowl again. Carney, go ahead.
Yeah, I think on paper, or maybe on paper is the wrong way. I think, according to the public, this is going to be a really good game. But I think the Chiefs are going to come out and really show us how dominant they want to be this year. I say that for a few reasons. One, Baltimore lost 3 offensive linemen that they started all season last year. So they're going to have 3 new people learning that rotation, timing, blocking, and scheming for Lamar. And speaking of why I think the Chiefs are going to be fired up, Patrick Mahomes, if you've ever kind of looked, I spoke about this way back on other shows, but like Tom Brady, whenever like he was like disrespected by the public or like a lot of pundits, he had like these revenge games. Mm-hmm. And Mahomes is the same way. When people say things like Mahomes can't do this or can't do that, that fires him up. And sometimes we hear about it afterwards. Now, yes, the Ravens obviously are a big divisional opponent, but Patrick Mahomes is a 3-time Super Bowl winner, arguably probably one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, might even pass Tom Brady. And meanwhile, in the NFL 100 best quarterback, Lamar Jackson was number 1 and Patrick Mahomes was number 2. I have a feeling that is going to fire up Mahomes. We already talked about how he's got a much better receiving core. They started giving him better receivers. Last year was tough. He had no Tyreek Hill, and they never filled that gap in. It was just Rashid Rice. I mean, granted, he's back this year, and he's not suspended yet, so he'll have more time, and time at least 10.
By at least 10. Okay, interesting. All right. So Carney's on the bottom as well. I know. I'm just going to go ahead. I might as well just do this. Where's Kelly? Where are you? Myers.
I mean, Kelly could pick the Ravens. You never know.
That's not happening. Go ahead, Kelly. Go ahead and tell me about all the reasons that Kansas City is the greatest thing to come along since roast beef.
I just think you just invited these 3 guys on just to side with me just so you could feel bad. I think that's what happened here, Pete.
I think this quantifies as abuse. Welcome in, Doug. Welcome in.
It could. So here's my thing. I think the Chiefs will take it by 7.
Oh, okay.
I think that the Ravens, though, are going to give us a good fight, especially in the first half. First game of the season, I think the Ravens are going to try really hard to run on the Chiefs, and I think that initially that's going to work for them. But as usual, the Chiefs are going to come back in that third quarter, and they're going to shut that down to the point that they're just not going to be able to do anything the rest of the game, and the Chiefs will continue to be successful and make Pete wear red.
Well, I will give you mine and say, first off, congratulations on your Super Bowl win. Anytime you get that, there's only one team out of 32 fan bases that gets it, regardless if it's back-to-back or in between. It doesn't matter if it's 20 years apart. It's still a Super Bowl. When you can put those up, that's awesome. So congratulations. There's a couple people in here that would love to see. Well, I'm not even talking about the guy below me. He's already taken like 20 of these things. I know that Joey would love to refresh and get one out there in San Fran, and the Jets, those fan bases, dying to get one. So, and I think we got a chance. So a lot of competition. With that all said, I still think this is one of those games that could turn out to be one of those ones that sets the NFL on its head right out the get-go. I think the Chiefs are an incredible team. I think they're going to lose 3 to 4 games this year. That's my opinion. This could be one of them. There's nobody out there in the right mind. Hey, Curtis family. There's nobody out there in the right mind that thinks that opening night, Patrick Mahomes, legitimate potential Hall of Famer. Let's be honest. Hall of Fame potential tight end. It's truth that we know that. Hall of Fame coach. I think all 3 of them are in the Hall of Fame at some point, already guaranteed. We're playing in Arrowhead, one of the hardest places to win on the road in all of football. There's nobody that expects to win. I think this is one of those ones where if Kansas City cannot stop the running game of the new running back, if Henry is as healthy and as ready to go as they say, and the Baltimore papers say he's more healthy than he's been in 5 years and ready to go. If that's the case, Ravens have a shot. I'm going to count on that. I'm not going to go against my team, nor would I expect Kelly or anybody to. I'm going to take Ravens plus the 3, obviously, and stay with my team. Do I think this is one of those walk in and just win? No, absolutely not. No way in hell. This is one of the hardest places to play. I would honestly love to go see a game there one day. I think the atmosphere has got to be incredible. So we'll see if I'm right. Kelly and I will have to have a bet of some sort. We'll figure that out, and we'll lose or we'll do something on Kelly's stream when I'm down there in these next couple months. If I lose, look, I've already done it once. I had my skin burned. I lost 3 layers of epidermis when I had to put that shirt on myself. So we'll do what we had to do. Welcome in, Movie Mania Nick. Thank you for joining. All right, second game of the night comes in on Friday night. This is pretty cool. Something they're doing. They're going to go play. I think they're playing this one in Brazil, if I remember correctly, or somewhere that I don't understand the language. That's much more beautiful than my home state. And they're going to go down there and have a good time. So I'm going to start off with Joey on this one. The Packers technically are your visiting team, even though both of them are traveling. Eagles are looked at home team. Started out at 1.5, dropped up all the way to 3, dropped down now to around 2.5. Was last number I saw. Total is sitting at 49. They're expecting some points up in this one. What do you think, Joey, on this one?
So, well, first things first, and I've mentioned this on many shows, I cannot stand the international games. I always hate it because it takes away a home game from a team. So I don't really agree with it. I understand the brand and I get all that stuff and exposure. Yeah. Listen, all I care about is not my team. So I don't care that part, but I still don't like it. So 2.5. I honestly, with this, and I know technically Green Bay's away, but judging by the way the season ended, and on a long stretch, the way Green Bay ended, the way Philly ended, I'm going to have to see a lot more from Philly this season in order for me to even believe they're going to be half of what they were in the first 10 games that they won last year. And the way that Love's been playing and Green Bay itself kind of started getting rolling there at the end, I'd like to think that they're going to continue that run that they did at the end of last year going to the playoffs. And I'm going to take Green Bay in this game. Philly's going to have to prove a lot more to me than just what they were doing last year. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Okay. Kelly, what do you think?
I'm going Eagles. I think the Eagles by 3 on this one. They were getting pretty hot there towards the end of the year, I think, and I think they're going to continue to do well starting off this year.
Okay. Like it. Okay, let's drop down to Carney. What are you thinking?
Well, I just addressing the international games. Obviously, NFL trying to grow the sport, but this is going to feel like a home game for Philly because they're used to coming from a place with a lot of crime. So, anyway,
my God, Carney,
100%.
I'm just saying they're going to feel a lot safer than Green Bay. That's all I'm saying. It's going to feel like a walk in the park for them. That is something we should discuss. I'm joking. We're having a good time here.
Yes.
But Green Bay and Matt LaFleur, this is a weird thing. LaFleur apparently, like in international games, has been a terrible coach. Whether it's flustered, players not getting behind him, getting lost, not being late to practice. Like he just doesn't travel well. I also think Philly is better on paper. I have Philly and the Niners as my NFC picks, along with the Chiefs and Jets for the AFC. But so I don't know. I just think the Eagles, I mean, they got Saquon. I think their defense is going to be able to bottle up Josh Jacobs. Jordan Love still, I know he's getting paid like he's like the greatest player of all time, but he's still got to prove himself. He's a good quarterback, but everyone loves him like he is Aaron Rodgers. He's not, I don't know if he's there yet. And I'm talking Aaron Rodgers when he was at Green Bay, obviously. I'm like, because he replaced him.
Right.
So, I don't know. I just think, and on paper, I like the Eagles. So in an international games, I think just taking a team that's better on paper is usually the better play. So give me the Eagles.
Love it. Taking Eagles. Welcome into the amazing Monorail. Molly's in here. O'Connell's in here joining us as well. Nick's in here laughing. Curtis family says Eagles all the way. We also, I should note out there, everybody, we are going to track everybody's picks throughout the year and give you win percentages updated each week to see who at the end. And I tell you what, hey, Surf Bum, I tell you what, I'm going to go out and I'm going to acquire a sponsor for us. Kelly looks like he's sleeping, kind of like what Patrick Mahomes could be. I'm going to go out and acquire a sponsor for us, and whoever has the highest win percentage, I am going to guarantee a $100 Disney gift card for the winner at the end of the season. So make sure your picks are strong and getting them good. So, Sean, what do you got? Surf Bum, good to see you.
So I think, you know what, there were a couple of great points made by Carney and Kelly. I think for me, I'm going to have to go with the Eagles here. So Jordan Love is really, he hasn't really proven that he's an NFL caliber quarterback. And the Eagles were terrible at the end of last season. There is no doubt about that. But I think the Eagles have done enough in their secondary, which is where they had their problems because they were terrible against the pass last year. I think they've done enough in their secondary to at least put up a better fight. And with Jordan Love really being unproven right? Until Love can prove that he's really like ready for big time NFL, like an Aaron Rodgers or a Pat Mahomes. I got to go with the Eagles here, figuring betting that, that Eagles secondary and the pieces they acquired in the offseason are going to be enough to get it done against a quarterback that hasn't proven he can get it done yet.
Okay, I love it. The biggest feature right now to me comes between the two is the running back game. And you picked up Saquon Barkley, and you're putting him behind a line that can actually block, that actually is not going to get him killed. So based on the fact of that running game, I think this is a high-scoring affair. I think they blow this 49 out of the water. There's a good chance one of them may put up 40 points himself. I think it's back and forth. I still think Eagles cover by 8 to 9, somewhere in that area when it's said and done on this. I think the Eagles also have a chip on their shoulder this year. They were expected to do a lot more and kind of haven't. Didn't do that last year. So I'm thinking some good things for them this year. Green Bay's going to have a good year, but that division's going to be interesting. We'll talk about that as we get more into it, because while the Lions are the heavy favorite in that division, I still think Green Bay's going to be solid and give a little push. But you got to watch out for the Bears this year. I think they're going to be scary sticky, and people aren't going to expect it. They've put together a good little mix over there. So I'm excited about what that division is. To me, is it as good as the Kansas City division right now, or the Northeast divisions, both AFC and NFC? Not that much. Not maybe one of the top divisions. Is it good as the West division? No, but think about it, guys. That division with the Bears and the Packers and all, it's been the worst division in football for years. And I don't think it's the worst division this year. I think it's going to step up and give us a little bit of fun. So we'll see. All right, Kelly's going to start this one off. We got the Jaguars at home, or on the road, at home in Florida, on the road, stadium-wise, going down to Miami, playing the Dolphins. I have no idea what the heck the Dolphins are going to do. I don't know if Tua's going to show up, not show up. I don't know if Don Shula may come out of the grave and coach the team. I'm lost at what's going on down there. The Dolphins are -3 at home. That total has kind of stayed flat. Started 3.5, dropped to 3, has not dropped lower than that. Total in this game is high, too, at 49. They're really, 49.5. They're really expecting some points in this first week, too, by the way. Kelly, what are you thinking as we look into this one?
So, for me, I'm picking the Jaguars on this one. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game, though, myself. I think it's going to be a little bit higher scoring, and I think it's going to be I'm sorry, the Dolphins just have never pushed it over the edge for me. They just have never done that for me. So even with having our speedster guy from the Chiefs go down there, I just haven't seen him make over the edge. So For me, I got the Jaguars by 3.
Got the Jaguars covered flat out by 3. Carney, what do you got?
Yeah, I'll start by saying I agree with the over. I think the score is going to go pretty far up there. I'll tell you why in 1 second. I like the Dolphins. The Jaguars had one of the worst defenses at the end of last year. I mean, they don't match up well against the Dolphins. I feel like Tua is going to play. I know they had 13 players on their injury report, but I feel like that's a very week one Bill Belichick kind of injury report listing everyone. Mm-hmm. I think we might get one person that might not actually play in that game or be limited. Everyone wants to play week one. They rest all. They're just being precautious. I think the biggest thing in this game that no one talks about, and I think I talked about this last year on the show, or maybe 2 years ago, is that the Dolphins, especially early in football seasons, have a huge home field advantage. And as someone who used to live in New York and now lives in Florida, it is very hot and very humid down here. And this weekend, it's going to be in the 80s. And the reason they have such a home field advantage is they put their opponents in the direct sun during the afternoon games, and they are in the shade during the entire game. So They are cooler. The opponents are hot. I think both defenses are going to be exhausted. It's going to be so warm and so hot. That's why I think the score is going to be run up, because I think we're just going to see a plethora of points in the second half of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me Miami at home just because of the heat and September. And both of these teams, I don't really have an interest in this season. I also feel like the Dolphins might feel disrespected, because a lot of people talk about the Jets and the Bills being like the 1 and 2 in this division, and the Dolphins got to be like, hey, look at us. The last 2 years, we were right in the fight. So give me the Dolphins.
Good point. Love it. Sean, being a Patriots fan, are you required to bet against the Dolphins?
You absolutely better believe I am. Super high scoring game, right? So Miami, they are going to cause problems for that Jacksonville secondary. I think we finally may see the emergence of Tyreek Hill because Kelly was spot on. Since he's gotten there, he's really been kind of quiet. Like, for as fast as he is, I don't know if Miami's really utilized him a lot. Who did you hear about all last year? It wasn't Tyreek Hill. It was Waddle. That was the name you kept hearing come up over and over again, right? But the Jacksonville secondary's not great. So that will make easy pickings for Miami. But I think what ends up happening is that the Jags are going to take advantage of the Miami pass rush, who they're missing some people. They got rid of some people this year. And I think when it comes down to it, you're probably looking at a field goal by the end of the game. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to take the Jaguars. Give me them.
I agree with everything you guys said. Yes, Paul, please keep track. We are going to update it every week. We just talked about that a few minutes ago. I agree with everything you guys said. Carney's insight into the Heat and all down there and the way they lay out the teams and everything is extremely perceptive. I think you're right about pass rush. I think this is a field goal game. Yes, Joey. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say something here. See, I actually have a plan. So what I was going to do, I think that everybody's right and dealing with that. But my thought was to go and say, Joey, dealing with West Coast games, you don't deal with this heat and all as much. Does it make a factor for you on this game?
No.
Okay.
Well, I guess it could, but not really. For me, and I have to disagree with Sean here when it comes to Tyreek and Waddle. Waddle's the one that's generally injured. Tyreek nearly hit 2,000 yards receiving last year. He was absolutely a big factor for them last year. I mean, big time.
Okay, so hold on. Time out one sec. Is he a factor only because – okay, so he had 2,000, but when we saw him with the Chief, that damn Swiss Army knife was scoring all the time. He didn't score a lot. He had a ton of yards, but he didn't score a lot.
No, but keep in mind, he's being double teamed. That's why Waddle was having the success Waddle's having.
I would love to be double teamed.
People on Tyreek Hill.
Plus
was
Hill's
he not
hands are way
double
better.
teamed in Kansas City?
Waddle knows he's known for drops, and he's like he gets hurt a lot. He just
Waddle is known for drops. Good call out. I love that.
Drops a lot. Where to me, Tyreek is a lot better hands, and he's a much tougher player. Tyreek tends to get injured, being dinged up throughout the games, never comes out. Always comes back in. He just somehow can play through that stuff. I don't know. I'm going to take the Dolphins in this. They still had one of the top offenses last year, and it wasn't even close. Like, their offense is crazy good, crazy fast, and they will score a lot of points. I don't think that Trevor is going to be able to keep up, at least on that offense. They're going to be able to keep up with the Dolphins. Especially, like, Carney was saying, the Dolphins tend to be really good early on in the seasons, man. They win a bunch of games. They look unbeatable, and then they kind of trail off at the end. So since it's the beginning of the season, for sure, I'm going to take Miami here, especially at home. 3 points, yeah.
Gregory says we're all sleeping on the Miami defense. Kelly, do you want to have something you want to throw in?
Nope.
Okay, making sure. I saw you laughing. I'm thinking, he's thinking about something. All right, so I really think this is a field goal game. The question is, which way does that field goal go? If you're taking the Dolphins, if you love the Dolphins at home and their defense and everything, the -3 gets you a flat play. If you're looking at the Jags, you're taking 3. It could go 3.5 if the money starts moving on the Dolphins towards the end of the weekend, which is a probability. I say this line goes back to 3.5 before the end. I'm going to play +3 in this one. I think it's a high-scoring game. I agree with the guys. I think they're going to be drained. I think, oh, my God, it could be a monster day for both quarterbacks. If you have either one of these two in your fantasy leagues, I would jump all over them. I think they both have a monster week 1. But I'm going to take the points here since we're playing that way and laying on points, and I'm going to go Jags. And I usually don't bet the Jags because they've let me down so much in the past. I got to be honest. They're going to you down. Every time they go to the UK, I bet them and I lose.
Is Tyreek Hill going to race Noah Lyle like he said he could beat him?
He's the cheetah, baby.
He's a cheetah or something. He's in there as a cheetah. So we'll see what he does.
He's scary fast. As a matter of fact, when his house caught fire, he just ran in a circle around the fire and put it out. It was amazing to watch.
Just ran a circle around the fire and put it out. Oh, my God. That's great. All right. Let's go down. We're going to let Carney start up this one. I think it's your turn to go through. Steeler Nation's going on the road. They're heading to Atlanta down there. Steelers are 3-point underdogs on the road. I think they should be more than that. Who's their starting quarterback? Can somebody tell me who they listed? I haven't seen. Anybody know?
I mean, as of right now, isn't it still Russell?
I think it's still Russell. I think it is still Russell. That plays into a large flag. Whoop, look, that's way too big.
Yeah.
I got to fix that for next week. So it's Wilson. So Russell Wilson and all of his fun and chaos are going down there to play in Atlanta. -3 at home, 42. It's a kind of a mixed ring there. Gregory's already saying Steelers by 7. Connie, what do you say?
I don't like this game. I mean, to me, this game screams, like as soon as I saw the line, it screams go Atlanta to me. They've added some key pieces, but I also hate betting hyped teams during off seasons that hear how great they're going to be. I mean, but they did bring in, obviously, I still think Cousins can throw the ball. Is he a Super Bowl quarterback? We will never know. I feel bad. I think he's like 36, 37 now. So he's up there, but he's a really good quarterback, especially early in seasons, not towards the end. Yep. I mean, he's a great motivator. And then they brought in, I think, Judon, Simmons. They brought in some really big pieces. Like you said, we don't know. I mean, Wilson's the starter, but I mean, what a mess that's been. That offensive line, I feel is like really going to struggle against Atlanta. My only thing that I don't want to like shove it all in on Atlanta is that I just hate going against Mike Tomlin, especially on week ones. He's so good. Yeah. And especially with this much time too to really prepare. And it's not like he doesn't know who Kirk Cousins is. Like there's so much tape on him. I'm gonna take Atlanta only because they're home. And again, on paper they look like they should win, but man, Mike Tomlin's such a great coach.
Love it. Sean, what do you got?
I think up until probably about 3 weeks ago, I would have taken the Steelers without a doubt. But since they've acquired Judon, and I watched that guy play for a couple of years here, I understand what that Falcons defense is going to be like now. And I think Russell Wilson and the Steelers running straight up Manila plays look like hot garbage in the preseason. Whoa. So I think I'm going to take the Falcons with the chance on Mr. Achilles coming back here, even though he didn't play a snap in the preseason. I think the Falcons defense with the addition of Judon is going to be too much for Wilson to overcome.
Okay.
So give me the Falcons.
Like okay. Joey?
Yeah, with the improvement of the Falcons defense and, having Cousins throwing the ball now, he is a really good quarterback. At least he puts up big-time stats, whether he wins playoff games or not. But he does put up big-time stats, especially in regular season. And the Steelers have looked like hot garbage. And just everything that's gone on there, their quarterback situation. Yes, they've got some really good defensive players. Obviously, I like Pickens. There's some good players. They're just – and it's crazy because Tomlin, although on week 1, I just want to point out they got smoked last year in week 1. So I don't know how it's going to turn out this year, but I'm going to take Atlanta at home for sure. 3 points.
Okay. Atlanta for Joey. Kelly.
I won't bring back up the garbage conversation. I think we've covered the garbage. But I am gonna go with the Falcons. I think they're gonna actually win by 6.
Kelly's got the Falcons going by 6. Here's the thing. I respect the Steelers organization. One of the most charitable organizations out there. I also like Tomlin as a coach. I think he's a great coach. I love the rivalry that we have with the Steelers. But here's the thing. I don't think they can win a lick with Wilson overall as their quarterback. I think they'll be better with Fields. It's scary with Fields because I think a fresh start for him could be good. What?
Well, I just want to know when did we write in the script that we were going to have costume changes and stuff in the middle of the wardrobe changes? Do I need to go change?
That's the newest thing. Carney redid his contract before we started.
I'm ready.
Listen, it's like Aaron Rodgers. 4 snaps. We went through 4 picks. You got to change things up.
Give me the gold jacket. I'm ready to take down the season.
Look,
let's go.
Kelly, here's what you missed.
I have a blazer for every occasion.
Here's what you missed. At the Maryland meetup during karaoke, Tina and Molly had 6 costume changes. It was like the Emmys. So I guess Carney's just keeping that flow going. So it is what it is. I love it.
And their effort.
And their efforts.
Bring your game to the P. McDevitt program.
There you go. I'm going with the Falcons. I think this is a good play this week. I like them in several pools that I'm in. I think the Falcons at home are going to pull this one out there. So Carney understood the assignment. Dress jackets, plural, and costumes designs. Yes, that's true, Jen. You absolutely have it right there. Carney got the assignment. So, all right, let's go down here to this one. Could be ugly right here. New York against Minnesota. I don't know that anybody's going to really want to watch this one in any shape or form there. The Vikings on the road are -1.5 going into New York. They're Saquon-less. They're looking for the new running backs. They're trying to figure out their quarterbacks, both teams trying to figure out quarterbacks. This game just has ugly written all over it, and it does. Sean, start us up.
Ugly. I don't know if ugly really covers the tip of the iceberg here. So, we got Sam Darnold, who, I mean, I may take him over Jacoby Brissett, to be honest with you at this point, but I'm still not sold on him.
Right.
So, but the Giants have Daniel Jones, who's really not much better on the average year, and he's recovering from a torn ACL. So the Giants defense may be a little bit better this year because they've added like Brian Burns and stuff, but I think they're going to force Donald into a few turnovers, maybe.
Yeah.
So this is a tough swallow for me. We're going to go with the New York Giants. Any New York team, I have trouble saying yes to.
Holy hell.
I mean, give me the Giants. I think they win by a field goal. Holy cow, that was tough. That hurt. That hurt.
I like what Chris said here. I gotta fix this. I didn't set up the parameters on the text messages before we start. Chris says the loser, this could be the first overall pick of next year, and he's not wrong. There,
they're competing with the Patriots for that right now.
Yeah, Patriots could be in that mix too. So, all right, Joey, what do you got?
I'm just laughing at the fact that you said this is.
This is brutal. Yeah, I think New York's defense might be a little bit better. I love Malik Neighbors. I know he's new. He has looked very impressive when he's played, but usually receivers, again, it's hard to get them going early in seasons because he seems to be like the main piece on their offense as it is. Daniel Jones, probably a little bit better. On average, it's not saying a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
I still my gut's still telling me to go with the Vikings on this one. I think they might get a couple of big splash plays with Jefferson, maybe just to break the game open a little bit, and it might be too much for New York offensively. I don't know, especially Saquon-less. So give me the Vikings, man. This is like a toss-up.
By the way, I like Jim Neighbors too. He was great in several different shows I used to watch as a kid. So
Jim Neighbors.
Kelly, you're up.
I'm just still laughing at the fact that you said this was ugly. I mean, this is fugly. That's what this is.
Whoa! That's the
come on.
First one of the year that quickly.
Flip a coin. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I am going to pick the Giants, and I think the defining factor will be the defense, and I think that's going to be the Giants. It's going to keep it that way.
That's a good point. Yeah, the Giants. I think they would have the better defense of the two. Okay, interesting. All right, Mr. Carney, what are you thinking?
I don't know what everyone's talking about. This is the game of the week. I am fired up for this game.
Coming from the man with a gold jacket on 30 seconds
Super
ago.
Bowl! I mean, Super Bowl preview. Am I right? If this was an international game, they would be playing this in Syria. Because nobody would care what would happen. Again, I'm sorry. No offense to any of the Syrians watching. Let's get serious about this. This is both two ugly teams. I think. Here's my problem. Right? Is as a Jets fan,
I don't even know what to say.
Is that I had to trust Sam Darnold for a year, and it didn't. It was hard, and then I lost trust after that year. However, when people leave the Jets, they become really good at football. So that's scary. Like Geno Smith. And there's been many other examples. Like they go to the Jets, they leave, and all of a sudden they're like mimicking the Pro Bowl every year. So I'm a little worried about that. But honestly, I do think Daniel Jones is the better quarterback. Again, I talk about like teams that are like super overhyped or underhyped during the long offseason. And the Giants have just been getting shit on. I'm so sorry. They have just been I should have slipped out. They just have been getting a lot of heat, and they've been catching a lot of flack. And a lot. So listen here, buddy. I'm going with the New York Giants in this great game.
You're going with the Giants.
Pete needs a dump button for this show.
Great game.
I also would like to say that I just credited myself with 3 Carney shout-outs on his channel after the S-bomb was just dropped that I got to go edit.
I'm
Good
so
Lord.
sorry. Oh man. You know what? I'll tell you what. You can just give me the loss on this game. I'll just take an L.
Gregory says the Giants have no running game. The defense focus will be on Jones, and he will crack. Movie Mania Nick is laughing at Carney. Road Warrior says it's a 3-0 game final score. I wouldn't bet this game if my chestnuts were roasting on an open fire. This is horrible, horrible football. I feel bad for those 2 fan bases that are not getting a chance to come into this year excited and ready to go because the potential. Both teams will probably be at the bottom of their division. Molly said, so is this the 1 week of the season I should actually pick the Giants in Survivor? It's a good question. There's a lot of people taking.
They're home underdogs. Like that's kind of crazy. No one talked. I don't think anyone talked about that yet.
I'm gonna go
that's
against.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
That is disrespectful.
I'm going against the flow, and I'm just going to take Minnesota because this is just a big pile of donkey dung, and I don't know who's going to win. Jen, this is one of those. I mean, Jen's got a great point. This is one of those weeks in survivor pools that you could try to take one of those low-end teams and pull out a victory and use them and save your better teams for later in the season. The Atlanta game is a great game. That's a great chance to take Atlanta and do that. I think Atlanta's a great play this week against Pittsburgh. If odds are, I mean, this is really a toss-up game. One play, a fluke play, one interception could decide this whole game. So, it's a good call out if you can pull that in the Survivor and do that. I do like that. All right, I think we're over to Joey to start it up here for this game. This is Carolina on the road at New Orleans. Carolina, a growing team trying to rebuild their 4-point underdogs on the road. 41.5 is your total line riding. So it's going to be a mixed bag of over-under. They're playing it right on that line. That 41.5 is that line at the end of gambling telling you, we don't know which way it's going to go. We're going to put it in the middle. Just pick one. And that's kind of what they're looking at here. So, Joey, what do you think starting out?
For me, honestly, this is pretty easy for me because not only are they at home, but the Saints have one of the best defenses in the NFL. They're really good. And they were really good last year. So there's no reason they're not going to be good this year. And I think that it's going to be too much for Carolina, especially I'm still not a big Bryce Young believer at all. But and maybe everybody, that's just my opinion. So okay. I think that the Saints defense is going to be way too much for them, especially in week 1 at home. And I think they cover easy.
Okay. Joey's got the Saints at home covering easy on this one. Let's go down to Kelly.
And he's
I think Joey's right. Absolutely. The Saints are coming in here. Am I frozen?
No, you were for a sec.
Am I here?
You're here.
You're here. You're here.
It's been a while that I've gotten to agree with Joey and I freeze. So, I got to agree that the Saints here absolutely is right, and they're going to win this easily. And I think the Panthers are really going to struggle. I would not be surprised if the Panthers end up staying in single digits myself.
Okay, interesting. Cardi.
All right. I love being on this show because it's so great when everyone makes picks before me that are so incredibly wrong. I can't watch week 1. God. The Panthers. I'm teasing. I love it. The Panthers, I honestly thought were going to be favorites in this game. This is like the off-season thing. Everyone thinks the Panthers are this terrible team. And yes, last year they were terrible. And everyone thinks the Saints are such a great team. And they're not that great. They are mediocre at best. Another thing that a lot of people are not accounting for is this man right here. Let me see if I can get it in the frame. Mr. Dave Canales. And why is he so awesome?
He's the dentist.
He took Geno Smith from the Jets, who was a backup nobody, and turned his career around. Then he worked with Baker Mayfield, who was also written off, and turned Baker Mayfield's career around. Bryce Young has gotten 2 new offensive blockers to give him more time and keep him upright. He's also gotten some new wide receivers to actually throw to, and he has quarterback coach Dave Canales. So I think Carolina Panthers are going to surprise a lot of people. I like the Carolina Panthers so much. I'm going Carolina Panthers money line this week.
Oh,
but
wow.
I mean, obviously, I'll take the points for this show. But I like the Panthers.
Wow, interesting. Okay. What are you thinking there, Sean? Has Carney lost his mind? Has he run into the wall too many times? Sir?
Well, I mean, he did wear a gold jacket just shortly ago, so I think the reflections burned a couple of brain cells by looking at that. But he's not totally wrong, though. That Canales did turn around a couple of quarterbacks. It's yet to be seen what he can do with Bryce Young. I think, for me, I look at both these teams. They are both probably middle of the pack. I'm not sold on Carolina just yet in the season. I really need to see more from them this year before I'm confident with them. That being said, the Saints have their issues too. That offensive line is really kind of questionable. But I think in this game, I'm going to take the Saints only because that defense is so good that I think that is what is going to win the game for the Saints, is their defense. And I think I would take the under because I'm not so sure with the offensive line on the Saints if they can put up enough points to get over the over. See if that makes sense. Over the over.
Okay, over the over. All right, well, you know, we're going to go lone wolf on Carney. The freaks come out at night. Carney's going to be our lone wolf because I'm going to go on the Saints too. I think it's their defense. I'm going to take them at home.
Put me ahead right away this season. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Love it.
He says it every year.
All right, it's Kelly's turn to start it off. The Patriots going into the Bengals with a revived Joe Burrow. Patriots 9-point underdog on the road. They might as well not even show up. Somebody said, I think they should show up. 40.5 is the total. Obviously, they think all the points are going with the Bengals. Theme Park Dad, hello. He says, I'm with Pete. Thank you, Theme Park Dad. Appreciate that. 40.5 total this game. I don't know if it goes under, over. I think under is the play for me if I'm looking at it. We'll see what the guys think about the Bengals. Kelly, start us up.
Do I have to talk about either one of these teams?
Yes.
Bengals are my Achilles heel, and the Patriots just leave that really nasty like that in my mouth still. So here's my take on this one. Bengals are strong, and that's just where I'm at. Joe Burrow's back. Well, you know, I just don't see the Patriots being able to pull anything out that's going to be worth it. I think the Bengals are going to by at least 7.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys go around, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do this, and I'll be shocked if I'm wrong in any way, shape, or form. Ready? Carney, go ahead.
Did you just give everybody the Bengals?
Yes, he did.
Okay. All right. That might be your best pick of the night. Yeah, I'm on the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals typically get up to, rough starts, but it's against the Patriots. Also, if you look back at most teams that have a new quarterback and a new coach in week 1, it is dismal. There's communication issues. It just takes one mistake, especially on offense, and that awesome defense of the Bengals can easily – I mean, I would love to find out the line on just like an interception, at least one interception this week. I don't think 9 is enough. Give me the Bengals.
Okay, you're taking the Bengals. Road Warrior says the Pats have a chance. He's calling the upset. Let me go over to Sean. What are you thinking?
What are they playing, Powerball?
As much as it pains me to say, the Patriots are playing for the number 1 first-round pick in next year's draft at this point. I mean, they have not only dismantled the team offensively and not added anything, but now they're starting to dismantle it defensively as well. I think 9 points, I think Carney was right on the money, is not enough. It would not shock me if this was a 2 to 3 touchdown win for the Bengals. I've watched the Patriots all preseason. Brissett looked terrible. He was hurt in the first preseason game he played in, like 4 plays in with his shoulder. Drake May looks good, but against the Manila defense, because it's the preseason, to be honest with you, I almost want them to put Joe Milton III in there and chuck the ball down the field 10,000 times because the guy has a cannon for an arm. Put him in and let him play and let him get dismantled for the year because that's what's going to happen.
Wow. Okay. Joey, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I liked what I saw in preseason from Drake May, but yeah, it is true. It is vanilla during the preseason, and yeah, the Bengals obviously are a much better team, top to bottom. Burrow's back, thinks he's Eminem, so he's going to have some extra power with that hair for sure. These guys, Jamar Chase getting his money, they're going to be. It's going to 9 is not even enough. They'll probably win by, I don't know, probably by 14 at least.
I agree with everything the guys have said here. I'm not even going to go into it. It's pretty laid out there, straightforward. Just a reminder that Doug's been dropping the links in for all of my broadcasting partners tonight. Kelly and Pete Carney, they just hit milestones. Kelly hit 13,000. Carney hit 10. So you can go over there, give them a follow.
10
you
subscribers,
won't be
baby. We're going to hit 11 soon. It could be you.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Sean Urban's going to be live down in the parks in just a couple weeks, working on growing his channel. And Joey's just everywhere, a little bit of everything. Here, there, and everywhere. You can follow Joey on JSA
Bringing
Creations.
infants on Tiana's Bayou Adventure. It's out of control.
He's going, carrying a baby on the Bayou's Adventure like he's carrying a football. Put him in a football sack. Was running around there. So if you're having fun tonight, hit that subscribe. We're here. Going to be here Wednesday nights live talking football each week. We'd love for you to come and have some fun with us. Let's jump over here to Tennessee and Chicago. Has the potential to be another ugly game. Flop-sided from what I say, and flop-sided because years ago it would have been all Tennessee and everybody going against the Bears. That could change tonight. We'll find out. I believe it's Carney's turn to start. I think it's your turn to start, so go it up.
Yeah, I think another ugly game. I know I'm repeating myself here, but it's kind of something I go with for week ones a lot of the time is just the hype train. And if you know anything about the effect of Hard Knocks on HBO, it really creates a fan base on the show. People tend to root for them. They do get this hype and this view through NFL films to build the team up. They don't want to make the team look terrible. Listen, I do think the Bears took a lot of steps forward. I just don't know if it's enough. Again, I think you look great. They put out great tape for Hard Knocks, but I think this is still the Bears. I think they still have a growing year. How many points are we getting in this game?
We got 3.5 is your line right now. Started 4.5, dropped to 3.5.
Yeah, more than a field goal. Give me the Titans with 3.5 because it's not a pretty game, but give me 3.5 points. Why not?
Okay. Sean, what do you got?
I think I'm going to go with the Titans here. Caleb Williams is no doubt probably going to be very electric. I think the Bears will maybe by the middle of the season kind of string everything together. I think it's going to be a tough week one for Caleb Williams as a rookie. Will Levi's, new coach down there. He's got a little bit of time under his belt. I think the Titans keep it close, but give me the Titans to win this thing in the end of it.
Joey?
Yeah, Caleb Williams has looked good when he's played, but again, this is preseason. Defenses don't play the way they normally do. It's just not the regular season, and they have put some pieces in there. So I mean, they'll be improved, but I still think it's going to take some time. They're not going to just go from first to worst or worst to first. And Tennessee, at least all around, is a much more established team. And like Carney said, more than a field goal, I'll take Titans all day.
Okay, Kelly.
The Bears. I'm picking the Bears. I think that one, they're due. I think they're due. I think they've last year I was pulling for them early on as well. I just think they're just not finding that one key element that they need to find, and that's what's letting them off. But I think the Bears Bears are going to do this one. It's going to be a tight game though. This one's actually a coin toss.
Coin toss.
It's a coin toss for me.
It's a coin toss, and also I see that. I think I saw you checking your phone. So Dale must have just texted you and threatened you some way that you better take the Bears. I think that happened as well. But here's the thing. I'm right with you. I think I like pie, and I think they've mixed up a really good pie here in Chicago. They've gone out. They've strengthened their wide receiving core. Their running backs are solid. They picked up on their defense in the offseason. Caleb Williams to me was a NFL quarterback in college. He ran that type of offense. I liked his reads. He's got a really quick read. Yeah, he's going to be green because he's got growing pains, but I think it's strong enough to take the Titans at home in the opening pick. So I'm going to go Bears myself. Go Bears myself on this one. Go Bears, and be with Kelly on this one here. So good pick there. Arizona and Buffalo are going to go down here, and I think it is Sean's turn to go. So, Sean, we're going to talk about the Bills, who are at home. They've been a mixed bag of nuts going on up there, letting people go, getting rid of people. I don't know what the heck's going on. Too many Bills have gone through the table, I think. But they are -6 at home. There is no snow, so it's not the Cardinals going from the desert heat to the snow. But -6, total 49.5. Ooh, God, they're going way high on that. That's scary. Sean, what are you thinking?
So I think here, Arizona's they're looking for wins, and on paper they've put together a team that's probably a little bit better than what you saw last year. I think they're going to be competitive. Still yet to be seen, and now they're going to go on the road against a team that, for all intents and purposes, at least coming out of the AFC, will be a contender for the Super Bowl. Now the Bills may not make it there, but they're at least still in the conversation to make it deep into the playoffs. So until proven otherwise that the Cardinals can really kind of pull themselves up by their bootstraps and become competitive enough to beat a team like the Bills or even somebody like the Chiefs or one of these tougher teams, you got to go with the opposite. So give me the Bills here.
Taking the Bills at home. Joey?
Yeah, I know Buffalo's lost some pieces on offense, obviously, but they still have a good team. I know they are a little bit up and down sometimes, especially when it comes to big games. But being week 1 at home, the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, I know he's back. And they're in my division. Sometimes I don't really know what to make of them. Sometimes they can be really hard to beat. Obviously, a division opponent, but against Buffalo at home, I think with 6 points, I think they'd be good for a 10-point win. I'll take Buffalo.
Taking Buffalo. Kelly?
Yeah.
I'm taking Buffalo, but I think it's going to be a closer game. I'm going to take Buffalo by 3.
So then you want the Cardinals with the points?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to stay.
It's Cardinals +6, right? Is that what you have? 6?
It's +6.
Yeah.
I mean, I typically stay
can we
away
make
from
our own
the
lines?
points.
Yeah, Kelly makes his own lines. He's a Super Bowl champion now. He makes his own lines. I want the Bills at home, and I got him +14. So.
Forget the 6.
I don't play the spread usually. I just throw out there what I think it's going to be.
Okay. Carney, what do you got?
Again, this is so glorious. The media thinks the Bills are still the Bills of the last few years. The Bills had a fire sale. They got rid of everyone. And then their best defensive player, who they were able to keep, which was going to be their savior, just got injured. Milano is out. He is like the best player on their defense. There's no one. Josh is going to have to throw the ball to himself. This team is so overhyped. Meanwhile, the Cardinals have gotten so much better. Last year when Kyler came back from injury, I'm pretty sure he almost beat Houston. He beat Pittsburgh. He beat the Eagles. This team is on the up. The Bills are on a crashing slope down. And on top of this, do you think the Bills care that much about the Cardinals when they have to play a divisional opponent, Miami Dolphins, 4 days after this game? They only have 4 days to prepare for the Dolphins after this game, who are in their division. I think this is another situation. Caca! Money line, baby. Although I'll take the 6 points. But give me the Cardinals winning outright. Caca!
Oh, man, I hope somebody clips that caca because that is awesome. That is the sound clip of the week right there.
Well, I hate to tell him he's not getting the Lone Wolf soundbite because I'm on the Cardinals too. Marvin Harrison Jr. is money. He's going to come in.
What an addition.
Well, that's huge. I think Kyler's going to light him up, and that'll be something good. Our good friend Jim, More Sunshine Please, a great channel on YouTube, one of my favorites. He says, hi, guys. Kenyon Coleman will be huge for Buffalo this year. I think so. I also think the number 2 wide receiver that moved up, and I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Maybe one of the Bills fans can throw it in there. He's going to have a big game as well. So watch out for him. And check out our friend More Sunshine Please. Tuesday nights, he does a great job on his channel. All right, it's Joey's turn to start it up. This is an interesting game to me. When I saw this one here, I was like, oh, this is great. Interconference game to start the season. I don't know if the Colts are going to stand up or not. We'll have to wait and see. The Texans are going into Indianapolis, -2.5 under the field goal range. Coming in at 49. Again, the NFL is expecting a ton of points this year. They can't wait for that. So we'll see what happens. Shakir, thank you, Paul Engel. Shakir, I think watch out for that guy. I think he's going to have a great year. So, Joey, start us up. Texans, potential Super Bowl candidate, playing against the Indianapolis, should have kept their logo and information in Baltimore Colts.
There you go. The Texans, listen, they're a very much ascending team, or they're up there, especially in the NFC. They definitely will be contending. They are really good on both sides of the ball. Their coaching staff is really good. And only a 2.5 spread. I'll take the Texans all day. Not that the Colts are terrible, but the Texans are really good.
I feel your pain there. Kelly?
I'm picking the Colts.
You're picking the Colts?
I'm picking the Colts.
Okay.
Oh, he did it.
Picking the Colts. But it's going to be tight.
You pick your line, Kelly.
Tight.
Tell us what you want.
Okay.
I'm picking the Colts.
They're going to Colts.
Colts for the win.
Carney wants to pick the Colts. I think I can tell. What are you going to say?
Oh, I really want to pick the Colts so bad. The thing is, it's 2.5, which this is going to be such a close game. Again, I think the Texans have gotten way too much hype. I mean, they're going to be really good. They're going to make the playoffs. But the Colts have gotten a lot better, too. And they're at home, but I mean, it's only 2.5. So if the Texans win by a field goal, I win. That sounds like a scenario that could happen 51 out of 100 times. So, yeah, give me the Texans.
Okay. Carney's on the Texans. Sean, what do you got?
Well, if you all recall that last year the Texans won this matchup, which is how they made the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah,
The
but Colts
Colts
sucked last year.
They did, and they didn't have Anthony Richardson either, who's back now. So I think the Colts are going to be much improved. I'm not so sure, though, that they can overcome, C.J. Stroud, who's, into his second year, who looked great last year. So you can only imagine that young man is going to be even better this year. And they are going to make the playoffs. I do think Kelly was right with that. It's going to be a super duper tight game. But I think here I'm going to have to take the Texans.
Okay. Sean's on the Texans there. I look at this game. I'm going back and forth this in my head. From a gambling aspect, 2.5. Everybody and their mother should take the Texans -3 and think they got an easy half-point win. What's up, Daniel Barry?
It feels sneaky.
It feels sneaky, and the Colts end up winning it. So, but talent-wise, I got to be on top, which puts Kelly right there. Kelly's your freak. Getting the lone wolf. Kelly's your freak on that one, getting the lone wolf there. Couple more games to do this afternoon. I know we're going a little bit longer, but we're talking a little bit today. It's our first week, and we're all excited.
We're excited. It's been so
Christmas
long.
morning, so for football fans. It's is Kelly's one to start. The Raiders and the Chargers, two of Kelly's favorite teams. He has black and lightning bolt underwear he's wearing right now. The Chargers are -3 at home. Total in this game is 4.5. Again, the NFL has no idea what they're going to score or not. Kelly, start us up.
Pete, I'd like to pass.
No, that's not a pass. You cannot phone a friend, and you don't. Your lifelines are out.
Crap. Oh, it pains me to say this. I'm going to pick the Chargers.
You've been waiting to say that all summer. If you guys were watching Myers and the Mouse the other day when he was live, and I stopped in to see him, he muted the phone for a second, and everybody thought he was talking about some of the stream. He actually said, "I like the Chargers this week." Oh, everybody, hello, welcome back into Magic Kingdom. That's what he said. I was like, wow, okay, you really like the Chargers. Cardi, go ahead, you're up.
Yeah, man. The Chargers, it feels, these are sneaky lines. The last game in this one just feels sneaky, right? Because the Chargers should be really good, right? There's so much hype, and again, I hate hype. But Yeah, I mean, they have this new beautiful facility, the Bolt built, or the Bolt, I think they called it.
Yeah.
You know, they got Harbaugh coming in. Who knows? Maybe he brought the signal stealer with him. We don't know. We don't know what goes on. I guess I'm going to take the Chargers, but I'm not. I'm not going to put real American dollars on this game.
Okay. Sean?
I think I'm gonna have to, and Carney, you are spot on. This game to me probably feels a little more icky than the last one, right? I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers here. I think Jim Harbaugh comes in. If you've ever looked at his teams, they are going to be ready to roll physically. They're probably going to be hitting a little bit harder. They're probably going to run the ball a little bit more, which means Herbert, who's now back from his injury, is probably going to throw the ball a lot more easily and connect a lot more because he's not going to have to throw all the time now. And let's face it, the Raiders just named Gardner Minshew as their starting quarterback. So when you look at all this,
God bless you.
You've got to go with the
Minshew magic.
Minshew magic.
Minshew magic.
Joey, what do you got on this one?
Twinkle toes Minshew.
Okay, first of all, yeah, Gardner Minshew. No, the Raiders themselves, to me, they're just not. I mean, there's no way. I like Devontae. I'm sorry, but the Chargers, like Carney said, on paper should be way better.
Yeah,
I know
why,
they haven't.
Why
been
is the spread so low? That is actually what's concerning me more.
Yeah,
than anything else.
Starting quarterback for the Chargers has been beat up, and he's either a game time decision or close. Yeah, it's
so that's
you know he's gonna play. You know he's gonna play. Come on.
Yeah, but let's assume Herbert's gonna play and he's a much better quarterback, especially when he's upright. Harbaugh being the coach is a bigger issue or a bigger deal than people are saying because he has a proven track record. He's a phenomenal at coaching quarterbacks, and his teams are very physical. He does it everywhere he goes, and he'll probably be stealing signals, so they're good to go for sure. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers for sure. They're gonna cover that 3, no problem.
Clean sweep across the board on the Chargers. So if you're playing in a Survivor League, maybe this is the week you bolt up and take them against the Raiders at home. There you go. Debbie Bernfeld, hello, and welcome in. Denver and Seattle. Let's talk about Seattle at home. Seattle is a 6-point favorite against the Broncos and their new quarterback, which is the kid, the rook, is going to be a quarterback out there in Denver. Total is 42. They're looking at a higher score game. 12th man will come into play. Seattle always has their fans come to the game. Where are we at? Whose turn is it? I lost track. Who went the last one? Any idea? We'll go with Joe. I think it was Sean. I think it was Sean. We'll go with Joey. I think it was Sean.
Okay. Listen,
Joey, start us up.
I think Denver has improved some. I like Bo Nix. There's no way, to me, especially week 1, he's going into Seattle with the 12th man, and Seattle has a really good team. They're defensively, they're really good. They're a solid team. So I'm gonna take. I'm pretty sure the rookie's gonna struggle in that environment against that defense on week 1. And what is it? 6? Yeah,
6.
I'll still take that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kelly.
Yes, definitely gonna have to. I'm picking the Seahawks on this. I can't pick the Denver Donkeys. I can't do it. And it's
Denver
it's
Donkeys.
just gonna be. Isn't that what that is? Isn't it?
That is a stallion of immortal.
It's a
coverage.
mule.
That's a mule. Yeah, I agree. Picking the Seahawks, and I would not be surprised if the Seahawks double what Denver puts on the board.
Oh wow, okay, interesting. Carney
scored 6 points. Interesting.
Carney, what do you got?
Take the points, Carney. Take the points, Carney.
No, yeah,
Do it.
I like the Seahawks a lot. Like a lot. I don't know why. I really think the Seahawks are gonna. Again, I have to squint on the spread. You guys 6? Yeah, that's why I have 2. I think the Seahawks are gonna crush the Broncos. New quarterback Sean Payton also in the last decade is 3-17 in weeks 1 and 2. He is notoriously slow starter going back to the Saints, and now also he's got a new quarterback. Let me just show you the stat again. 3-17.
Carney comes
the
prep.
Seahawks are going to win this one.
I think Seahawks go with it. I think to save money, you need to buy one of those dry erase boards, so you don't have to keep wasting paper.
It'd be easier.
You're right. Please hold.
Okay, great.
Oh, here we
Sean, go ahead.
Wait, he's going to get the tripod
you
and
know
the
what?
whole 9 yards now.
You're gonna come in with like an easel in the background. I can see it coming.
There's an O's going in the background.
Give me. We're gonna take the Seahawks here. I think their new coach, the Seahawks, got Mike McDonald. He is known for defensively messing with quarterbacks. I do, however, like Bo Nix. I think he has the potential to make Denver better, but he's going to need time. He's brand new. He's going to see all kinds of crazy looks he's never seen before. He was actually, during the draft, he was who I wanted the Patriots to pick because I wanted them to trade with the Vikings and trade down, grab Bo Nix and then Xavier Worthy and then just dump all their picks into offensive linemen. He's a really good quarterback, but he's going to need time to adjust. So until he does, give me the Seahawks.
Love it. Sweep across the board on the Seahawks. I agree. Welcome into AB, our good friend. Good to see you. And Doug says Carney's going to start drawing plays like John Madden. He's not wrong. That could happen. that could absolutely happen here. Anything could happen on Inside the Huddle, our weekly pick. Just a reminder, we'll be back here Wednesday nights consecutively throughout the year. It's going to be our night that we pick all the games. So hit the reminder, hit the subscribe, make sure you're with us. Come in and have some fun and jump into the chat and participate. We want the interaction going on here. Kelly's turn to pick it. The Commandos. Kelly might go commando here. Commandos are going into Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, trying to sound like their announcer. Tampa Bay hitting the touchdown. -3.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Fire up the cannons. Tampa Bay is beating the Niners again. Oh, sorry, Joey. My fault. That just slipped out. That was an accident. 43.5 is your total. Kelly, start us up. What are you thinking?
Kelly is not going commando. Not happening. And I'm not picking the Commanders either.
Oh, okay.
So I'm picking the Bucks. I'm picking the Bucks by 7.
Bucks by 7. All right, Kelly's on the Bucks.
Wow, giving more points than he needs to. That's confidence, baby.
Carney, you're up.
I also like the Buccaneers, but call me crazy. I kind of like them by like 3.5. That's just me.
Okay.
This game, the Bucks are not. I don't think the Bucks are going to be good this year. But going back to the same thing I said about the Patriots, teams that have a new head coach. Granted, Dan Quinn's not new to head coaching, but he's new in the Commanders. If that's still their name. He's new there. New quarterback, new head coach. Week 1 is a rough combination if you look back historically, and it really makes sense. It's a lot. So yeah, I'm taking the Bucks, but I'm not. I don't think the Bucks are like going to be a crazy good team this year.
Okay, Sean.
We are going to go with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think, Carney brought up a great point. New head coach, brand new rookie quarterback playing for the Commanders. Jaden Daniels looked great in the preseason, but again, much like I said earlier, it was against a very, vanilla defense because it's the preseason. So
the preseason,
it's great. It's great for the rookies. Those Todd Bowles defenses, though, are usually spectacular. Baker Mayfield's kind of torn up the Commandos here, for the last couple of seasons. So give me the Bucks.
Okay, going with the Bucks. Joey.
Yeah, I've liked what I've seen out of Jaden Daniels. He looks extremely talented. But
I
agree.
is starting. Chris, he is starting. Sorry about that. Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's preseason. Not everybody looks good, but the guys that are very talented generally tend to look good. They're playing against second and third stringers, and they're playing against vanilla schemes and such like that. Tampa, I think, although probably won't be a great team this year, will give fits, especially in the first week. Todd Bowles' defense, and even Baker's actually done well for himself over there. Not that he's like spectacular, but he's done pretty decent. So only a 3-point line. I'll take Tampa with that. I don't need the 7 like Kelly wants. Just give me 3.
He's what the 3. Well, I'm going commando right now as we're broadcasting, but I'm not going commando. I'm not going commando on Sunday. I'm going with the Bucks. Clean sweep across the board. I like Tampa at home. Fire up the cannons, get them going. I don't think Washington hits on their first week. Here's again talking about big matchups early in the year. Baltimore, San Francisco, Green Bay, Philly, we talked about being a big one. I think this is another big one here as we start to finish out the end of this football schedule, starting with Browns and Cowboys. Cowboys on the road. America's team is a 2.5-point underdog going into Cleveland. Total at 41.5. This is a 4:30 game. I'm surprised it's not one of the more packed games. It's probably one of the. There's a couple of good 4:30 games. Carney, start us up on this one.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys are going to have a lot of trouble this year. As a Jets fan who's lived in the Giant shadow most of his life, it's kind of fun when you have the Cowboys beat up on the Giants. But the Cowboys are not going to be good this year. I think they're overrated. They have a huge fan base, obviously, which I think just always inflates. I guess like the ego of the team or the media of the team. The Browns might be better if you just took like a list and put them side by side of all the positions. The Browns might be better or equal at every single position. Wide receiver is debatable, and I'm not trying to I'm not trying to massage the Brown situation at quarterback, and I don't want to rub it in, but I'm just saying I think Watson knows how to play the position of quarterback pretty well. I like the Browns. I think the Browns win by a touchdown. So I think it's only 2.5. Yeah, I'll take Browns minus 2.5.
Browns minus 2.5. Carney's on the Browns. Sean.
Watson's been banged up. It seems like since he's been in Cleveland, he just, I don't know, for whatever reason, can't seem to stay healthy. I think this is a really tight game. Maybe 3 points. I think the game is won by literally a field goal. But I cannot. I'm getting nauseous. I cannot bet against the Cowboys on this one with CeeDee Lamb playing out of his mind. I don't know if Cleveland can stop him just yet at this point in the season being new. So I think Cleveland's got to prove themselves. So a little bit of work the first couple of weeks, but give me the Cowboys. Sorry.
Okay. Joey.
So, if everyone recalls last year, Cleveland, their defense was on a historic run. I mean, to the point where they were pushing for the Ravens crown at some point. So
yes, they were.
They
didn't get it. We should note that they didn't get it. Okay.
No, they didn't. But they were on a run for a while and still ended up one of the top defenses in the league. That to me is not going to change. They're still going to be outstanding defensively. Which Cowboys, I like CD. I don't like the Cowboys itself. Obviously, as a Niner fan, I hate them. But I can acknowledge when they have some talent. But I think they're going to be a little bit over their skis this year, even as Carney said. Give me Cleveland here. I don't trust Watson too much, but the team as a whole still is really good. So I'm going to pick, especially 2.5. I think they cover.
Okay. And Kelly, you're up. And apparently you're allergic to this game, Kelly.
Yeah, I am. Yes, I am. Somebody got any Claritin or anything?
Welcome in, Phantasmacronic. Good to see you, Tony. Came in at a good time.
He's sneezing. You know what's a better thing to watch in this game is that Dallas Cowboy cheerleader program. Bravo, Netflix.
You're not wrong.
No,
All right,
no.
All right, so this is I'm going to pick the Cowgirls, and the reason I'm going to pick Cowgirls is I think they're going to go after Watson a lot. I think unless Watson can just do some pretty cool stuff, because I think Dallas is actually going to go after Watson a lot. I just that's what I foresee, and unless he's going to pull some Patrick Mahomes stuff out of his helmet. I think that's what's going to be the difference. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be tight. I think, the 2.5 is about right. 3 points.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'll throw out a couple things. One, both defenses here are special. Cleveland probably a little bit more than Dallas, but Dallas is still they had great numbers with defense last year. Watson is still a question. I agree. The other question is, forward for Cleveland, can he step up? You still got a couple weeks to go till you get the Cleveland running back. That being said, I still think the division of Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Baltimore is going to be sick this year. I really, really do. I said it last year. Cleveland was a great team. They had injuries. That's the only reason they didn't play as well last year. They've got almost everybody healthy and back. I will take Cleveland at home to win this one by a field goal. I think it'll be a close game. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think both defenses are strong, but I think you're going to see some turnovers that are going to make this thing high scoring. Is what I think. I think you'll have a couple pick sixes and stuff like that. So we'll see. We will see. So I'll go there with Cleveland. Here's another good one. Rams at Detroit could be an interesting matchup. Carney's going to start this one up. I don't know what you're going to get with the Rams. Detroit's -3.5. They're the favorite in that division to win the division and to challenge for another crown up there with everybody, all these other NFC teams that they're looking at. I don't know. Carney, what do you think?
Yeah, I initially I liked the Lions, and then I switched over to the Rams. But now looking how banged up they are, the Rams might. I know that we talked about the Dolphins having 13 people on their injury list. I think a lot of those are those fake, they have to list them just in case. I think the Rams are actually banged up. There's a lot of big question marks of not only if people are playing, but if they're going to play at a real. Here's the thing. I think these teams are very evenly matched up. So if the Rams are even injured, that gives a 10% advantage to the Lions because I think these two are really, really evenly matched up. So because of the injuries, I'm going to take the Detroit Lions.
You're going with the Detroit Lions at home. Okay, Sean, what do you got?
All those reasons. Give me the Lions. This is a rematch of a playoff game from last year, which the Lions won. Stafford, not a big story. Aaron Donald's retired, but those Rams they seem beat up, and we're not even into the week 1 game yet. So I think the Lions come out firing on all cylinders and pick up right where they left off. And with the Rams being a little diluted in the injury department, give me Detroit.
Okay. Joey?
Yeah, when both teams at full strength, this would be very tough. Very tough. The Rams are a really good team. Obviously, the Lions are a really good team. We saw that last year. But that's not quite the case right now. And coming in, the Lions are much healthier at this point. And at that point, and I would still give them the edge as far as being the better team overall, just because of how well constructed they are from top to bottom. So at the end, what is it? 3.5. Yeah, give me the Lions. I think they'll win this game.
Okay, Kelly, do we have a sweep over here by the board?
Yes, we do. We have a sweep. I agree with the Lions.
Everybody's on it right there. Jim says Jameson Williams is a man on a mission this year. Go Lions. Jim, I'd love to get you to come in one week if you're available with us and join us one of the weeks because I think it would be a lot of fun to have you in as a guest host. He is a diehard Lions fan as well. I'm gonna agree with everybody here. I think the Lions at home week 1, they're gonna come out to play. You know that their coach is gonna have them fired up. That guy, he could get kindergartners fired up about eating peas. I mean, he's just got a ton of momentum there. So I love that guy. I get him all fired up. All right, we're gonna finish it off, and I'm gonna have Kelly start me up this week. Kelly was the one that he and I started this whole show. So week 1, I'm gonna ask Kelly to start it that way. Joey can go last in his team, and I'm gonna actually go out of order. I'm gonna go Kelly, then Sean, then Carney and Joey to hear these two knuckleheads go at each other. I can't wait here. So, Kelly, what are you thinking here? The Jets go on the road. This is a major game. Monday Night Football. Are you ready for some football? Yes, I am. San Francisco at home, -4. Everybody's healthy. It's going to be interesting. Total's 42.5. Take the over. We'll go crazy with it. Kelly, what are you thinking?
Well, our Aaron Rodgers is back, right?
He's back. He's ready to go.
Yeah,
he's back and he's ready to go, right? But I'm picking the 49ers.
Oh, wow. Carney's drawing on his board now, Kelly. Way to go. You got Carney drawing on his damn board. Thank you.
He's got the board out.
Good Lord. 49ers for Kelly.
I was just fishing just a little bit there. I think this is a big game, right? The defending NFC champions. This is going to be a big game, but I gotta go with the 49ers on this one.
Okay.
Could be a Super Bowl preview. I'm sorry, I'm just throwing it out there.
Wait your turn.
No.
Sean, go ahead.
So I dirtied my mouth once tonight with a bad taste of New York team. I'm not doing it twice. So give me the 49ers.
Wow.
I just think that they are they're a better team. Aaron Rodgers has actually struggled against the 49ers over his career. If you look back at the times he's played them, he's always struggled against them. And I think so. I will say though, the Jets are like immensely improved this year with the people that they've added. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually are in a position to make the playoffs this year and maybe make a little run at the early playoffs. That wouldn't shock me, but it's all based on Aaron Rodgers. And with him only playing 4 snaps and who knows what kind of nutty thing is going to come out of his mouth next week, like things need to line up. So give me the 49ers for now until the Jets can prove that they can be a winning team, I guess.
UK Jackie likes what you guys are saying. She says 49ers by 7, at least 2 sacks by the defensive team. The guy sacks by the defensive team. The guy that put the Jets quarterback out last year is on the 49ers defense. And she loves everything Kelly says. That's what she said.
I think they keep it close.
Clearly hanging out at a pub late night in the UK. I mean, wasted, drunk, out of her mind.
Keith Winter, I got to meet Keith down at Disney this past week. It was my honor to meet you, sir. Thank you for taking the time to spend a minute with me. Rodgers doesn't play well against 49ers. Take the 49ers. We'll see. We'll see. Let's go over. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Hold on. You do know that Movie Mania Nick is a fan of the Jets. That also has to it. Jeff Condon is here. Says, hey, guys, Pat look good this year. Okay, no, they don't. Never mind. Welcome in, Jeff Condon, to the mix. Our good friend, Jeff, here. Carney, oh, God. Yeah, go ahead. I'm going to take a drink. Go ahead.
Listen, I don't know why anyone is surprised here. Last year, we can just run back what we said last year, week 1. There's a lot of hype around the Jets, a lot of talk about Super Bowl. I don't want to get ahead of myself. People who don't have apathy for Jets fans might just be some of the lowest people on earth. I mean, because I've never even seen or smelled a Super Bowl. So, like, I'm liking the hype. And we've gotten and the reason I bring this up is we've gotten actually so much better than we were last year. And we had that Super Bowl hype last year, and we've gotten so much better. I think I'm taking the Jets not only with the points, but to win this game. I think we just match up well against the Niners. I mean, I have no reason, and I'm a little bit with my heart here, but my head is telling me too. Like we mentioned, I know like Nick Bosa, right? Like he's going to be a beast, but like we got Tyron Smith now. Like we really bolstered our O-line. We gave Rodgers so much more time. He's got weapons all over the place, a wide receiver. And Breece Hall is now 2 years out from that torn ACL. He's going to be playing as many snaps as he wants. He is such a beast. And he's behind a better O-line. And then our defense has gotten better too. We were one of the best defenses last year, and they were on the field for like 95% of every game. Like, if we have time for the defense to rest this season, it's scary, our potential. With that being said, we're the Jets. So anything can happen, but it's week 1, and this is always, like you said earlier, Christmas Eve, because we haven't lost anything yet. The Jets have the same odds of making the Super Bowl as everybody else. So give me the Jets with the points and to win the entire Super Bowl. Let's go, baby! Jets, E-T-S, Jets. Now, if you want to tune out for the next, I don't know.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
You're going to hear this ridiculous analysis.
Here we go. Joey, your turn, sir.
Listen, I agree with a lot of what Carney says. At least on paper,
excellent
defensively,
points. That's a great job by Joey.
They have.
I don't know, Pete. What do you think?
Defensively, they've gotten better, clearly, and they were a really good defense last year. Offensively, obviously, you have Rodgers. That's going to be a big upgrade from before. Breece Hall, I like him. He's a good running back. The funny thing about the Niners, what an offseason, right? They're fighting with Ayuk for weeks and weeks and weeks. They just recently signed him. Trent Williams holds out. Our players are getting shot. It's just ridiculous what's going on.
It has been a great
our players are getting shot.
Yeah, we don't even get regular injuries. They have to shoot our players to keep them off the field. So it's just insane. But listen, Pearsall looks like he could be something, but we're not going to see that week 1 anyway because this team is still loaded. The question is Ayuk going to be in shape? What kind of Williams is going to be in? But this is still the defending NFC champs, and they still look exactly the same as they did before. Monday night, week 1, I fully expect them to win. It'll be close. The Jets, I think, again, assuming they play up to what they should play up to, it should be a decent game, but obviously I got to pick the Niners. They're still one of the most loaded teams in the NFL. No question.
San Francisco is like a home game for Rodgers, though. He's going to be coming home. And also, like you said, I mean, your wide receivers coach is what? Plaxico Burress? Like, you guys have, like, gun issues. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Rodgers does struggle against the Niners. It's historically he has, for whatever reason.
Kelsey Elizabeth, welcome in. Thank you. Appreciate you being here. Real quick, before I give you my pick, Jim or Sunshine, please, says, where is it at? Let me get it up there. What is the over-under on plays until Roger is out for the season? I had it at 3 games last year, and it ended up being 3 minutes, so I don't know. I have no idea what the deal will be there. Here's the thing.
They Wolverined him this offseason. He is unbreakable.
He's unbreakable. Well, the question is Carney get the special soundbite right now? Well, I have to give you the...
Pete McDevitt is great in cowboy bras.
I'm actually going with the Jets. Going with the Jets. I'm going to take the hook. I think I think this game is the game of the entire week. I think for NFL fans that love football, like all of us and all of you in the chat, the NFL put it perfectly. What may be and possibly be the best game to start out, the 2 best games potentially of the entire week, to start out the week, and to end the week. I think this game could have 80 points scored in it. 80 points scored in it, and it comes down to a field goal at the end. I
don't think the Jets are going to really score 77. It's a good prediction, but
I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game. I think everybody's expected to be low scoring, and I think they're going to air it out, and I can't wait. I'm excited to see it. I'm going to take the Jets. I'm going to go up top here and take the Jets. I got to say, that's something I've never said on this channel before. I don't think I've ever said that on this channel before. So
I broke this. Oh, no.
Oh, God. Lauren's going to kill you.
Thank God.
Thank God. Guys, do me a favor. Let's start with Carney. Tell everybody 10,000 followers can't be wrong, Carney. Tell everybody about what you got going on your channel. Doug, drop a link for me if you would.
Yeah, we just hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to everybody who helped support. We're just going to keep growing and going, baby. As a thank you, and as I promised, once we hit 10,000, we're going to do a 24-hour non-stop stream at Walt Disney World. So if you're into live streaming at Disney and the theme parks and travel, come check out the channel. We'll be live tomorrow from the Magic Kingdom, and that 24-hour stream will be the weekend of September 21st into the 22nd. 24 hours non-stop at Walt Disney. It'll be a lot of fun. We have a meetup coming up in October. I have an amazing community. Go check it out. My YouTube channel is Adventures by Carney. The Instagram is @officialcarney. And thank you for having me as always. And everybody here is so talented. Thank you for letting me be a silly maniac. I'm so excited for this season.
I love it. And don't forget, I told you I would appear on your 24-hour live as long as I got a pretzel with cheese. So that I have a ride. It's my rider. I have a rider.
I'll sneak a Strexel into Disney.
Sean, what do you got going on? I know you're going to the beach, going down to Disney soon.
Yeah, we are. Be down there September 20th to 23rd. It'll be the most adult thing we've ever done on my channel. It's a lot of food and probably more a lot of wine and beer at the Food and Wine Festival. We're gonna be streaming. And now that I know Carney's gonna be doing his 24-hour stream, we're there the 20th to the 23rd. So I'm gonna pop over and see him.
Saturday night, we're
and
gonna
see a few other people.
at Epcot. Oh snap!
Oh my God!
I'll be there all day on the 21st.
Lord, Carney will be sleeping for a week after this little thing. Joey, talk to everybody about what you got going on. Sean's got wine. You've got whining. The baby will not be happy unless he's going on, I don't know, the mine train tomorrow or something.
Yeah, I think my next goal is going to be to get him on the Tower of Terror, but I don't know if Sammy's going to let me do that, so we'll see.
Wow.
Please do me a favor. Please videotape the conversation of you and Sammy talking about you taking the baby on Tower of Terror. That's what I want to see.
Listen, I can hold him. There's no question.
Okay.
Yeah, and listen, what we got going on. Honestly, I got nothing going on right now, other than coming on this show. Right now, we've just been enjoying the baby. I don't have a lot of time to be doing pretty much anything else other than this and work. So, I mean, like I said, the shop continues to be closed. I know people keep asking. I feel so bad. Sorry, guys. It's just one of those things. I can't tell you when. I don't know. Eventually it will. Yeah. So right now, other than coming on here, which I love, and doing personal stuff at home and projects that I've been doing, Outside of that, just enjoying life right now.
Congratulations.
And obviously, wait.
Yes.
Yeah, and we're also hitting the parks. We are going to be in the parks early October. Going to take Aiden to his first horror nights, and then after that, we're going to spend the rest of Disney for the next weekend. So, looking forward to that. He's been dying to do it. I think he's going to be scared out of his mind, but he thinks he's ready. But we'll see.
Good to see. Love it.
I love a good take your toddler to horror nights. That's fun.
Oh yeah, that too. I was going to try that.
I love it. Kelly just hit 13,000 followers today.
Woo!
Today, another milestone hit by Myers and the Mouse. Kelly, tell everybody about what you got going
on. We go to Disney. So what do we got going on? Mama and I got a lot of streaming done in the last few weeks. We just got back from a Disney Wish cruise. Was wrapping up the vlog on night. I got a couple of voiceovers I got to do for the first day. And so we're looking really forward to getting that vlog out. We got a lot of people talking to us about wanting to see our opinion and our thoughts on our first Disney cruise. Had a lot of fun.
Nice.
Halloween Horror Nights has been going on. We've been there twice already. We were going to go tonight, but I had to be here to hang out with these fine gentlemen and Carney. And so, just
love it. So go over and check out Myers, please.
Yeah, come on over. Check us out as we hang around the parks and like and subscribe. Congratulations, new baby, Disney trip on the way, 10,000 subscribers, and I'm going to pass it on over to you, Pete.
Yeah, I thank you guys for being here tonight. We've got a great broadcasting team for this show, and we're going to be mixing and matching. We are going to track everybody's winning percentage and keep that up there. And again, $100 gift card. I'm going to find a sponsor for this show. I'm going to reach out to some people, find me a sponsor for a $100 gift card, and we'll put that up for the person who has the best winning percentage at the end of the year. So that'll be a lot of fun. All of these creators are amazing creators in their own right. And on top of that, they're even better people. So give them a follow. Their links have been in the chat throughout the night. If you've had a good time here, I will be live on Wednesdays doing the show with an amazing group. Oh, God, the gold jacket. I will be live on this show on Wednesday nights doing the show consistently with these gentlemen and the others of our broadcasting team. Give me a follow. I'd love that. Tomorrow night, I'll be live doing the Ravens and the Chiefs. Kelly may stop in. You never know. Every once in a while, he gets hopped up on Mountain Dew at halftime, and he'll stop in and we'll talk a little bit. So you never know if that might happen tomorrow. And again, all of you in the chat, our show is great, but it's just us talking to each other without you. So thank you to everybody. Jackie staying up there over there at 2:30 in the morning. My moderators, Doug and Molly and Paul Engel. Thank you to Paul Engel, everybody, too. Paul is keeping track of all of our statistics for us and keeping me up to date on who takes what teams. He's going to help us out with that this year. So appreciate everybody. Carney's already ready for his Hall of Fame speech. And Myers has got his Super Bowl thing, or he's trying to show me that he's got nipples. I'm not sure. Joey's definitely trying to show me he's got nipples. And Sean is just trying to figure out why I'm on the show. Right, Kelly, no, we're not taking off our clothes.
How did I end up here?
I'm not sure. With that, we tell everybody good night, and we'll see you next time.